Take this. The new drone footage of Hart shows that Ukrainian forces on the steering wheel of a Bradley fighting vehicle built in United States have exploded a high-tech Russian tank Smithereens. The video, published by Kiev's 47th Mechanized Brigade, shows the vehicle provided by the U.S. with a Russian T-90 armored tank in Salvo's Stepoove town in Donetsk. Salvo's Telgraf newspaper on Thursday. In the report, Bradley's weapons moved to kill an armed drone after disabling the tank. Outlet survived first dam. Crew of heavy service-type Russian tank. But 2 people were killed and third was caught after escaping from debris. Rob Lee, a senior member of the Foreign Policy Research Institute, said, "This T-90 milliseconds front armor has 20 plus 20 mm tour and a first-person with view drone in the entire crew. Survived." 5 drones show a Russian T-90 tank entering U.S. by the Bradley fighting vehicle built in USA in Ukraine. 5 Russian T-90 tank maneuvers and maneuver is hit several times. 5 Russian tanks were disabled and an armed military drone enters to finish the high-tech tank. Infantry war vehicle or armored personnel carrier would not be so lucky. Lee added. T-90, one most influential tanks of Russia, fought during the Ukrainian War, and at least 27 armored vehicles remained still or seized to date. The reason for this is that the Kremlin prefers military vehicles with more ammunition and maneuverability, and less protective armor, says former British Army tank commander Hamish de Bretton-Gordon. This shows how vulnerable the Russian tanks are, because protection comes to a third away from firepower and mobility, he said to de Bretton-Gordon Telegraph. 5 The Ukrainian forces run a Bradley fighting vehicle provided by United States during the patrol trip during Ukraine-Russian war. 5 Russian T-90 tanks were charged. They may be putting enough tanks back, but they cannot find trained teams that prove that there is a real problem for Russia, he added. According to Ukrainian officials, Russia has lost 6,147 tanks since the beginning of the war. In February 2022, United States has sent 190 Bradley war vehicles to Ukraine since the Russian invasion, and they have gained criticism of Kiev's forces in field. Ukrainian Serhiy Gavryliuk said in September. CBS News. 60 Minutes. On Monday, CNN reported that U.S. vehicles helping Ukrainian forces to keep Russian attacks near the town of Avdiivka in Donetsk region of Ukraine. A Ukrainian crew member said, "If we didn't have our Bradley, I doubt that we'd talk about what we've been doing." Currently, while U.S. continues to stop Ukraine, D.C. deputies are negotiating a complementary expenditure package that Biden administration wants to include a new aid of $61.4 billion for Kiev. Additional reports by Caitlin Doornbos and Samuel Chamberlain.